look at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Warning!
Watch Mike.
Here we go. Hey, orbit. Here we go.
Here's Foles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now it's Crowder. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Under 10. Under 80. Check.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, pick your game up. Shit. Watch the shit. Back. Lady.
A first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
Shift, shift. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Top ready. Hey, ready. Bravo. Come.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Leonard Fournette. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
We got this.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
I got you. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. We got to get the ball.
Hey, high 7.
44.
Now Foles. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Complete to Michael Gallup. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Black. Man up, deep. Man up.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Mike 52. Go, go. Time to go, night, night.
They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They went with the Time look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come.
Check, check, check. Kill, kill, kill. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Jumper, jumper, jumper. Hey, lady. Switch, switch, switch. It's that.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 36. Kill. And lady. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
On second down, Washington. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Son. 47. Check right 47. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Ready?
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Going to throw right side here, complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Jets 44-yard line.
Tonight, 180. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Go.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
46-yard line.
Watch the slant. Hey, check 24.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Kill. No. Check that. We want Mike 50. Hey, Zoo. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, it still goes down as 4, not 9.
Watch the safety credit, Eddie. Slam.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got. Kill. Check.
This is Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Ladies. Check 4, check 4. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, ladies.
On 2nd down, it's Bell.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Haywood. 47. Check, check, 47. Watch us left.
Darnold from the gun. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Is the mic. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Lady.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 50-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Stop your body. Hatchet, hatchet. Red lady. Check 25. Check 99. Check 99. Watch twist.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustment.